We're going to see storage work. We're going to see Danny Norcott become a team leader. We're going to see me talk about some business problems we've had this month. And we're going to see James and Rory carry out a pretty big move. They are known as the Chuckle Brothers. This is episode 5 of Warren's Removals TV. Okay, so we just left the yard. We're on our way to James's job. James is on a 3-man pack today, plus a garden run to the new address. The address that they're moving into is the address that Danny is at. Danny's team is coming to storage. We'll catch up with Danny in a bit when he's actually unloading into storage, but I just wanted to go and catch up with James on his job and see how he's getting on. On the way here though, I just thought I'd talk about something. On social media, it's a perfect opportunity, and it's almost a blessing and a curse at the same time, that anything that you post normally looks brilliant. But the reason that I wanted to do these YouTube videos is because it gives us an opportunity to show the real life situations in removals and in business, and what goes on behind closed doors sometimes. So like I say, on social media it's normally brilliant, you're normally showcasing what's great, but on this YouTube channel of ours we want to showcase the real life. And today we had at 7 AM somebody come to the unit, a local, so somebody who lives quite local to the unit has come, and he is so angry. He's really complaining at me about 2 of my drivers, so 2 of the employees speeding on their way into work. Now, it's very disappointing to start your day like that, especially before I was about to hold a really big meeting with a crew, an MVP, so I was about to praise everybody, but just before that I got this really angry guy coming in complaining about the speed of my staff members. Now, I can't really control how they drive in their own cars, however, if it does bring confrontation to the doorstep of the company, it doesn't look great on us. So I've had to pull both of them in, speak to them both. I won't be mentioning their names, but it is just a bit of a shame really that in business, you know, you can get hit from every angle when you're least expecting it. And you know, I wouldn't really expect my day to ever start with the way it started today, so it's kind of wobbled me, but this is business, and I'll deal with it in the most professional manner, and I'll make sure that it doesn't happen again. And if you are watching this YouTube video and you do live within the area, I can only apologise, and I promise you it will not happen again. So we're here today in a property situated in WR5. It's a bit of a big one. Property access isn't the best. We've also got about 4 or 5 vans to get out of this place over the next couple of days. Today we're just mainly packing up and getting everything 100% in terms of getting the pictures off the wall, lamps wrapped, fragiles wrapped, and everything just ready to go for tomorrow. A little from the last time we spoke, we've had a slight update with the HGV. It's not ideal, but the company that we were dealing with hasn't been the best. We've had a few issues with the instructor side of things, and now it's looking like it's a bit delayed, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have that sorted soon. But I think Warren knows more of that side of things than I do as it currently stands.
Just a little bit of an update on James and Dan after they got their HGV test cancelled. So they did 2 days training, they passed their CPC, and the instructor got COVID. As a company, we just assumed that we would be next in line, so we assumed that they would be getting their tests booked for the following week. However, the company have messaged back and they have given us a new date in 2 months' time in June. So we are very disappointed in this company. We expected, like I said, to be put straight through, but the company have decided, instead of cancelling everybody in their calendar to accommodate us, they've put James and Dan at the back of the pile, which is very, very disappointing because we really want them to be on the road now. Our HGV driver unfortunately has handed in his notice, so he now left. He left at the end of last week, so we are left without anybody driving the lorry, when we should have had James and Danny passed already. Luckily for me though, I know a lot of people, and I've got somebody temporary this month who's gonna fill in the dates, and hopefully he can fill in all the way up until James and Danny pass. But just giving you an update on that, because it is a little bit disappointing on our behalf, and especially for James and Danny, who have prepared themselves and got themselves geared up to actually pass him. So hopefully at the end of this month they can be passed, and next episode you'll find out. But at the minute it's a no-go for the HGV.
So you're gonna have to mind the noise in this room. They've got a bit of construction work going on outside. Basically they're planning on, well, the customer that we're working for actually doesn't own this house currently. She sold it in December. And the new owners of the house have kindly let her live here until she found somewhere new to live. Now, outside they are planning they're in the middle of constructing a new kitchen for this place, which is a bit of a unique situation really. Normally we don't have construction workers in the way of us unless we're going into a new build. But today we're actually moving out somewhere with construction. Now, that's left us a small problem, is getting to all her garden pots that are all outside currently. We can't actually get to them, but luckily enough the new owners are lovely people, and it shouldn't be an issue for us to come back when it suits to collect them.
As we spoke about last episode, the lorry is parked up again. So the lorry is normally parked there 2 or 3 times a week due to access problems. Now, I speak to a lot of removal companies who run 18 tonners, and their 18 tonners are out all of the time. However, Worcestershire is quite well known for bad access jobs, and the bigger properties are the hardest to get close to, which is why the vans are perfect. However, we want that to be out more, so we're monitoring that over the next couple of months, because at the minute it's not quite earning us the money we need it to. So George has just turned up to the unit this morning, and he's got some great news. So he messaged me yesterday.
I'm just getting my van out there.
George, come here George, you're working on. George messaged me last night, and I just wanted to bring it up on the video that he's had an offer accepted on an apartment in Worcester. So
Hey!
Very proud of you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Warren's Removals, providing houses for staff these days.
I'm just doing some plans of where all the containers are on both our sites, so obviously one here in Inkborough and one in Martin Hussingtree. I've done the farm one already in Martin Hussingtree, a bird's eye view of where all the containers are. It just makes it a lot easier for the office staff, so when they're looking for a certain container or a certain client that's in storage, they can just have a click on it and know exactly which site it is first of all, and whereabouts on the site it is. So I'm just doing one of very rough of where we are here in Inkborough at the moment. So in each of the 2 units, where all the crates are, where they're labelled, where Jason has numbered them, so where they're situated in each unit basically. So I'm just going to start doing unit 2 now. and I've already done unit 1, which is our unit where the office is on the other side of the yard. It looks very rough at the moment, but when I put it into a proper plan, it'll be easier to understand.
So pretty exciting day today. I thought, as I've worked so hard, started the company 7 years ago, wanted to treat myself. I never thought I'd ever be in this kind of position. I'm going to go and show you the Lambo today. So obviously I don't want it to be like I'm being big-headed, because obviously, you know, it's not who I am. I'm more than happy to show all the fleet and the vehicles, the vans, etc. But when it comes to stuff like this, I'm a little bit different. But I think it's time to show you Lambo. Okay, so as I said, I really don't like to be big-headed, but I have worked really hard. I'm very proud, and I just want to show you my new Lambo. What? Bo, innit? Lambo. Okay, so one of the most common questions I ever get asked from anybody interested in the company is, what is the biggest and best job you've ever done? Because obviously we see some big houses, we meet some great people, but the answer is quite simple. Last August we landed ourselves our biggest ever job. It was very high end, and you've probably seen it floating around your Instagram ads, Facebook ads, and also on the TV. So we moved the house that Omaze brought. Omaze are a raffle, like a raffle industry. So you buy raffle tickets, and then on the selected date they will do the prize draw, and then you can win the house. So the house that we moved out was a £3 million property. It was a 5-day move, solid 5-day move, complete pack, lots and lots of intricate items. We actually had to deconstruct a real crazy spiral bookcase, which took about 3 hours to deconstruct, and then another 2 or 3 hours to build the new property. It's just full of weird and wonderful things. That move was definitely our biggest and best property. Took place over 5 days, and yeah, Omaze bought that property. It's brilliant. I remember at the time I found out Omaze bought it, and I was starting to tag them on Instagram, and then they actually got in touch and asked us not to tag them yet because they don't want anybody to find out. So we moved that we moved that house in August, and it's only literally over the last 6 weeks or so been put onto adverts and sponsored ads on social media. So you're probably well familiar with that house about now.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm Warren's storage manager and also a team leader here. I've been here for just under 4 years now, and I've seen a lot of changes in that time. This is the fourth unit I've worked at now, where we've just got bigger and bigger. So today I'm going to talk to you about storage. May is looking like a very busy month for storage. So today I'm having a bit of a storage day, which is generally just tidying up, getting things ready, prepping for when the storage teams come in. I'll make sure their containers are open and ready for them. But in general, as you see, we've got lots of containers about. Most of these containers are full. Yeah, there's not very many that are empty, and the ones that are empty are getting filled this week. I believe we have 4 or 5 storage jobs coming in. We have 3 or 4 containers available at the moment, but at the same time we have customers coming out and these customers are coming in, so we do have the storage available, but it does go quite quick. So today I'm tidying up a few crates and making it just generally tidier and ready for when these customers come in. We've got Danny, who's just been promoted to team leader today, who's out on a job, and he's bringing just over 2 vans worth to storage, which will be a container and a crate, maybe 2 crates today, which we'll see a bit later, and that'll all be going into storage today. Yeah, so let's have a little wander about. So in here I've been having a bit of a tidy up. As you can see, I think since last time we've been numbering and we've been changing things up, we've been tweaking things as best as we can to make it better. We're learning every day, we're growing as a company. So every day as we grow, we're finding new ways to improve our storage. The system, I created a system, now we created a new system, which is to evolve our storage log, which will make it better. We can show customers photos, we keep everything on their records, phone numbers, and a new system is being, at the moment, evolved into at the moment, where we're tweaking from one to a new. So as we go in here, I've had a bit of a tidy up, we're looking what we've got available. Down here we've got a couple of crates empty which will be ready for Danny today. I can open the crate which Danny will probably be using today, one of the crates. Now these crates fit quite a bit in, you'd be surprised how much we can get in one of these crates. A crate of this size, which is actually a lot bigger than you think. One of these crates will fit a lot of boxes in, which their transit van roughly fits in one of these, give or take. A lot light, as you can see, it's quite a good sized crate. As we go through that, I'll put that back there. That door's off, ready for when Danny comes later with his customer. The interesting thing is, Danny's job today, we're also moving somebody into that property, which happens quite a bit, believe it or not, where we have two people in the same chain. So that's quite good. You would have seen this morning we did all our MVP and everything, and Warren mentioned that I'm not just knocking it out in the removals, I'm knocking it out in the ring as well. Every now and again, I do a bit of boxing, gentlemen at work, hooligan in the ring. Right, let's go this way then. Here's Tom. Tom's one of our newer members of staff. He's been here 3 or 4 months now, isn't it, Tom? 5 months, there you go. And he's helping me today as we tidy up storage and get it ready for when Danny and his team turn up. So today I'm here with a sofa. You find a lot of sofas, when we put stuff on them, they dent quite easily if you put the wrong things in, and it's an absolute nightmare in removals. So we have these, they're sofa racks. They're absolutely amazing at our job. You put a sofa there, maybe a couple of armchairs on top. Stops you putting anything more than pillows or a mattress on top, which causes dents. So we lift the sofa like so, and we'll go on the bottom one. And then that sofa sits there quite nicely, which is great. That can go in a container, a crate, and so on. So, the thing we use in storage for sofas, we have these paper sofa bags. Totally different to what we use on a job. The ones on the job are quite a thick material, because obviously when you're in a doorway, it's quite tight and we need to give it that push. So the protectors we use on a job protect the door, protect the sofa. This one is to keep it protected while it's in storage. So, as we open this, Tom will grab the other end. We use them quite regularly, and then we literally just roll down here and it's ready to go in the crate.
Afternoon, Danny's team have just got back. It's about 12 o'clock, so they're flying today. And Danny's also got his team leader top on, so brand new today. Congratulations, mate.
Cheers, bro.
So the third place is actually something that, why we've got the box in the centre today. So I'm going to take these off. Lucky bit. This guy is consistent all the way through. Works his ass off, and every single team member wants to be on his team.
Danny!
There's something else pretty special in there today. It's a big announcement from me.
Cake.
So open it and show everyone.
It's a Victoria sponge.
Oh, these are deals.
Get up!
Thank you very much for that.
Get up.
We're obviously going to give Danny team leader. I actually arranged it for when he passes HGV, but because of the COVID stuff, you've earned it now. So Danny will be leading teams. Obviously we've got Simon off and we've got Chris about to take 2 weeks off as well. So Danny's now going to be a team leader. Well done, mate. Danny's on a job today, coming into storage for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. We just never know with these things. Talk the camera through what you're up to today.
It was a lovely little loader. Had a 4-bedroom property, 3-storey, tight access, but we do what we do best and we get the job done. Customers happy as always. Probably another 5-star review incoming. Good day all round.
Perfect. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to watch Danny. We want to showcase storage on this episode, as I said, so we're going to watch Danny and his team unload into storage. And a good day today because we've got Jason, the storage manager, stood in the container. Here he comes.
I've just swept this container out ready for Danny. We tend to sweep before and after, sometimes a bit of dust can gather. This container was empty today, went out on a job, and we're now filling up. That's how quick our containers turn over, which is great. So now we've got this van, Danny's come back with his team, and I'm going to help Danny unload his van.
So obviously with a removals company, you've got such a high turnover of customers. So we are doing currently between 20 and 30 moves a week at the minute, and we're starting to get into the real peak season, which is the summer. So we're getting busier and busier. But with that comes daily pressures. So for anybody who's wondering, we do 2 days filming with Fraser, our videographer. And on day one, a couple of days ago, it was just one of those days where it's just problem after problem after problem, and it's important for me to showcase the problems, not just the good stuff. You don't really want to just see us moving out big houses and we've got this massive yard and we're doing really well, because it's not all great, unfortunately. So on Tuesday I wasn't feeling myself. Problem after problem after problem. A couple of the problems I'll talk about. One, which is probably something removal companies are quite familiar with. It's very draining. You always just want to get it resolved as fast as possible, but sometimes the customer can be unpacking their boxes and they're looking for a certain item, and they're so fixated on this item that they're just panic looking, and then they panic even more and they pick up the phone and they ring Esther and they claim that they're missing something. And every time we get one of these phone calls, we just want it resolved instantly. We want that item found. Thankfully, since that day, this item has been found, and it was found in a box which hadn't been unpacked yet. But obviously on that particular day it was consuming my brain. I'm sure other removal companies get this, but that has now been solved and found, so that's good. Another problem that we got was obviously the local resident complaining about my staff driving to work, so that was bogging me down a little bit. That's been dealt with now. They are extremely apologetic, and that will not happen again. Another problem we had on that day, so these were back-to-back problems all on the same day, which was the day one of filming for our YouTube vlog, was last Friday. We moved somebody out of their property and the customers moving into that property, we didn't move them in, but they got my email address, and they emailed me about 7 or 8 different photos of their driveway with lots of skid marks and loads of dirt. It's almost like somebody had been rallying around their driveway, and they were claiming that it happened by my team and my vehicles. Thankfully for us though, we could track back 12 months ago now, which is one of the greatest decisions I ever made. We decided to get every single vehicle fitted with dash cams. So we looked back at the footage and we can confirm on the last day, so we were there Thursday and Friday, on the last day we drove out of that driveway and it was immaculate. So thankfully those dash cams bailed us out of this one. It was a bit naughty as well of the customer, because he told her a bit of a porcupine, which is a bit upsetting really, because I know the people that moved in quite well. We've actually got a bit of a business partnership with them. I'm not going to mention their names. They are a local estate agent, and because of this little lie that they told and this fib, which basically was trying to get me to take responsibility and clean their driveway, it has not made us in the office very happy, so we have decided to part company working with them. It's the first time I've ever done that, but our business morals just aren't aligned with each other, so unfortunately that partnership is no more. But that was another problem, and like I said, this was literally back-to-back problems. Thankfully they've all been resolved now, but the other problem was customer's door. Last week we moved out the sofa, such a big sofa. The customer struggled to get it in when he moved in. He let us know that this is going to be tricky to get out, and there's no alternative just to put the protector on and try and force it through the door. There's no other way you could possibly do that. But by doing that, the screws on the bottom hinge have come a little bit loose. But the people that fitted the door have put it on in such a way where they've rounded off the bolts and you can't actually get to the door to fix the screws. So our problem, which we unfortunately caused, has turned into a much bigger problem, because the people who have moved into his house are now claiming for a whole new door. So our 2 screws, which would have took us 2 minutes to repair, has now landed on our plate, and the client is asking for a new door. Now fortunately we've got a very good insurance company, and they are going to be dealing with this. Just so everybody knows, we work as an indemnity policy, our insurance, which means it's like for like. So let me give you an example. If we were to damage a TV which is 5 years old, you would not get a TV replaced brand new. You would get the cost of what your TV is worth today. So the insurance would check on search engines to make sure the TV is, first of all, still made, second of all, how much it's going for second hand, and then you would get the payout for what it's worth today. Normally a TV 5 years old is probably worth £100 maximum, and that's the same with any damage, including a door. So although we only damage the screws, the indemnity policy would only cover for a new door of what the door is worth. Now that door is discontinued and it is about 15 years old, so unfortunately the customer isn't going to get a brand new door from us. And I have said I am more than happy to work with him on this, and I will pay the excess to his insurance company, which he's happy to do. So that is almost over the line, but all of this happened in one day. So, and not only one day, it all happened in the morning. So on that particular day it was a bit of a draining day. I was very bogged down. I had to leave work early because I just couldn't control my my mood that day. So I went home, got on the treadmill, which is something I like to do, blow off some cobwebs, and back to it today. Today though, we have started off absolutely brilliantly. I woke up this morning to an amazing email. So This email is from an agency. It's a private agency. They don't let out too much details, but what they do is they organise moves and plan stuff for big corporate companies and big corporate football teams or sports teams, and they want a sports team moving again. So we did this in 2018, so they're returning customers, and they want us to move another sports team. So what we had to do in 2018, we had to turn up at a private airport in a lorry, and we collected all of the sports equipment and luggage for a football team that was spending 5 days in the UK. We didn't know until we turned up on that day that that football team was Benfica. Hopefully Fraser can tag a little photo of that day, but that was a very proud moment for me. Anyway, they're back. Again, we don't know who this football team is. I'm going to look online. It's between the 8th of July and the 14th of July. So that's a great email. We're going to quote those today. Hopefully we will land that job and we can keep you updated. We might even add it onto the July's episode. So like I say, business is all about ups and downs. Tuesday was nothing but downs. Today I feel it's going to be nothing but ups.
Yeah. Last time we literally had to check like the whole back That's about to check.
The sun was just out, but I can assure you it's getting closer and closer to summer. I'm sure the episode will come out in the next few weeks, but we are currently start of May. But we are preparing for summer. Summer's always a busy period for us, especially with the housing market. A lot of families, a lot of people want to move in that summer period. Great time to move, but obviously a really busy period. Families want to move because when the kids go off, here comes the sun. When the kids finish school mid-July up until start of September, very busy period. Obviously families, ideal time to move. You don't have to worry about the children and the schooling, that sort of stuff. So yeah, really busy period. At the moment, as you can see, most of the vehicles are out. Obviously we've got 2 here today, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, we've got about 7 out today. So yeah, pretty busy day. But certainly summer, when summer comes round, I hope this will be completely empty every day. I'm sure it will be. Really busy periods. I think that's it.
Right, so today we're loading up a truck. We're ready for a storage job tomorrow. Usually we wouldn't put this little on a truck, but tomorrow we have every van busy, and this is really the only job that we can get the truck to. It's probably 1.5 to 2 vans worth of stuff. Truck carries a lot more. Danny up there is going to be stacking the truck for us as me and Mick start passing the stuff up and getting protectors on. And you see the difference between the truck. We've got lots of good places to strap. It's not going to be a full load. We already know that. But as I said, it's the only job tomorrow that we can get the truck with.
So I just want to show my appreciation to somebody called Anne Pratt. Anne Pratt is one of our biggest ever fans, so she's always sharing, commenting and liking all of our posts on social media. So I just want to show my appreciation to you. Keep it up, and we will make sure that we continue to make you happy and make you want to share everything. So I'm really fortunate that I've got people like you backing me and my company. Also, Anne Pratt is the mom of a really good friend of mine, Mikey Pratt. And Mikey Pratt he works in recruitment with a good friend of mine called Myth, and he's doing really well. However, he has just started a clothing company called One Just Showed. So Mikey Pratt is such a big fishing fan, so he started a clothing company, and I just want to tag that here, because One Just Showed. I bought myself a jumper from Mikey not so long ago, and it is amazing. The quality and the fit is perfect. I'm not personally into fishing, but I do like this clothing brand, Mikey. Thank you. Keep it up.
Right guys, day 3 of 3 on the large Victorian White House you saw us out on Tuesday. We're putting the final finishing touches on it. Master bedroom, bits in the lounge. The customer wanted to stay there until the last day of the process, so we're just wrapping it up today. I think we're going to try and do pots today as well, aren't we?
We are indeed, yeah. Try and get them over to the new place, and then once those pots are over, that'll be the move done.
But we have a minor inconvenience. I don't know if you remember, there's an extension being built on the kitchen, so we're going to have to work around the builders, try and ferry some pots over the rubble, but minor inconvenience for a major achievement indeed. Right guys, you join us. It's 1 o'clock. This is all we have left. 3-day move, 5.5 vans in total. If you look over here, we've managed to avoid some bad access with a very tight driveway. Saves us blocking the road. Lift up a fence panel, access straight into the house. Perfect. So we're quite lucky actually. It's only 1 o'clock, so a nice early finish, because I'll let Luke tell you that.
No key weight, bonus.
No key weight, bonus!
No key weight, bonus.
Lovely.
No key weight, bonus.
So that concludes the day, and that's the move. Finitoed.
No, you don't say that. Move completed, empty vans, happy customers, and that's a wrap.
Bosh.
Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed episode 5. Now on this part I would normally say follow our Instagram and check out our website. But on this part I'm going to now tell you to like and subscribe, because I am now feeling like a proper YouTuber. Looking forward to showing you episode 6 at the end of June.